Heroes Gang, it's me, Mama Nancy, and I'm so very excited to be doing my first story time. A little background, I used to do story time on Snapchat, and a lot of people say, you need to do YouTube. I would definitely watch, I would definitely subscribe because you are hilarious. So I am excited that after almost 1 year of starting this channel, I'm finally able to do my story time. Story time today is of the worst first date ever. Now, in this story, I'm going to just wait. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Let's get straight into this story time. So, me and this dude have been knowing each other for a while. We gonna call him Craig because he be lying. And I be telling him you ain't got to lie, but he be lying anyway. So me and Craig knew each other for a while. But I moved back to Brooklyn and he moved into jail. So I moved back to Brooklyn, and one day I'm downtown Brooklyn, you know, just run right into him. And I was just shocked. I was caught off guard, but I was a little excited because, you know, that was my boo thing. Ooh, I should tell y'all the background story of to how we met, right? So we were in class together. I was taking this, you know, to help you make a resume and get into the workforce classes. I was about 19. We were in class together, and there were a bunch of guys banging on tables with pencils and freestyling, and he was one of those people. I did not even look his way because I got a type and he did not fit that type. Well, let me just say this. I had a type. Now that I'm older, child, things done change. I had a specific type and he did not fit that, so I didn't even see him there. But the one that was banging, I saw him. But when we left class, that one was not the one that tried to holler at me. It was this really, I'm short, I'm 4'11", really tall, gigantic, kind of lanky looking dude that wanted to walk me home. Now, mind you, that's when I was living in Manhattan. So I tried to dodge him. And I'm polite. I'm very, very polite. So, you know, I'm not one of them, get the heck away. I'm not her. She's not me. But I tried to politely say, get away from me, please. But he would not get it. Now, I could be that girl, but I wanted to remain polite. Thankfully, when that inner attitude started to rise up out of me, and I was going to be like, I don't know what you're not getting. Here comes Craig, swooped right in and put his arm around me. He's like, nah, partner, she with me. And I was just like, you're less not my type. Does that make sense? Like, the other one is not my type, but you're less not my type. So go ahead. Thank you for saving me. Now walk me down the block and then get away from me too. But while we were walking, we began talking. And when I say that before I used to have a type and now it's not like that anymore. Now we look at personality and a person's heart and all that other stuff. So I was walking with him and we started talking, and I'm like, what's big for me is sense of humor. Child, if you can make me laugh, you have me. Just take me if you can make me laugh. And he made me laugh. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we started doing the back and forth to class. You know, he walked me to school and we walked back to the crib. So fast forward, I ran into him. That's going to be another story time. Because we started talking back when we were doing the class chat. There should be a series about this, dude. Seriously. So that will be another story time of why we broke up. And I'm still, till this day, mad about that. Still to this day, mad about that. I'm mad about the situation of the first date as well. But that's going to be story time number 2, why him and I broke up. So, again, we bumped into each other. I was, you know, kind of shocked and pleasantly, you know, happy to see him. We exchanged numbers and we started talking. It started out, you know, once every couple of days, and then it graduated to every single day. every single day. Now, this is way, way back in the day, and I think the song, I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. And we used to sing that on the phone, and it was so cute because one of us was not supposed to be singing that song. I'm not going to tell y'all which one was not. But again, I was growing into an adult person, and I'm like, okay, he has an awesome personality. He is funny as heck, and but honestly, one of us wasn't supposed to be singing that. Cause how you gonna bring it back? You never had it in the first place. Let's move on. So finally, he was like, Nancy, I want to take you out on a date. And I was like, well, it's about time. You'll understand why I said that, because story time number 2 will explain a little bit about that. But I was like, it's about time. I was so very excited because I really developed a strong liking onto him because he's sweet, he's funny. I talked to him about, you know, how girls be relying on their dude friends and, oh, this is what happened and this is what happened. And he's a good listener and he was very supportive. And I was like, yay, okay, I like you. So I was so very excited about this date. I did have children at this point because, like I said, I was very surprised to see him because we've been separated for a long time because he went to go do his thing in jail. And I was out there having kids. So I talked to my homegirl who lived downstairs. I was like, girl, I got a date. Can you watch my kids? And she was like, you know, I got you, girl, I got you. Maybe both of us was not supposed to be singing the I'm Bringing Sexy Back song at that time. Because, you know, I was kind of looking kind of crazy or whatever. So that is, thank you, Lord, that is in February. When Uncle Sam, that's his name? Uncle Sam done gave his niece some money, and I was so very excited because you know, when it's right on time, you know, it was right on time. Thank you, Lord. So I went and I got my braids done. I went to Lane Bryant because at that time I just had a kid like 2-3 years ago, so I was still carrying that baby weight from 2-3 years ago. So I was, you know, I had to go to the plus size big girl Lane Bryant store, and I bought a whole bunch of stuff for no reason. I don't know why I did that. And it's so funny because I just cleaned out my closet, and a lot of the stuff I still had, and I threw out because I honestly truly never wore. So I got my hair done. It was supposed to be done anyway. I don't want nobody to say, oh, you did your hair for some dude. No, I just told you I was looking crazy and I was not supposed to be singing Justin Timberlake's song. So I needed my hair done anyway, so I got my braids done. I'm telling you, my forehead was looking like this, but it was okay. I had got these new boots. Now, ladies, if you feel me, please comment down below. Have you ever done this? Because I recently did this, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Have you ever? I knew I needed boots. It was February. It was still kind of cold. I needed boots, little shoe boots. It was so cute. Well, shoe boots or ankle boots. But anyway, one of those things. It was so cute. But when I put it on, I knew that a couple of my toes were going to suffer. But I was okay with that because it was cute. I showed like that in the shoe. Recently, I did that. Child, can you see the pic? That's January. January toes was looking like this. But for the sake of the picture, I just smiled through the pain. Why do I feel like my dog? I just smiled through the pain. So we're downstairs, and I mean downstairs because I live upstairs, so anything underneath me is downstairs. So we're downstairs in her apartment, sipping on something, watching her son and my kids play with each other, just waiting for him to call and say, I'm here. I get a call. So excited. I'm so excited for no reason because he said, man, I thought I was going to get my check today, but I didn't get my check today, so I ain't coming. I told you there's an inner attitude that be living deep inside of me, and I be taming her. But at that point, I realized that, you know, my like that, and my toes are hurting because I already had the shoes on, and I got this new outfit, and I'm looking really gorgeous and luxurious and beautiful and everything, and you standing me up like I already got the sitter. No, like, Nancy does not get stood up. So I was what you mean though? I was like, where are you? He said, well, I'm close, and I called to check if my money hit my card, and it's still not there. And I'm like, you might as well just come through because I'm all dressed up. The kids are with the sitter. I feel like I wasted my time, and that's one thing then now I don't like doing. I don't like wasting my time. So I was like, well, you might as well just come on through. I didn't know he was broke. I just thought he was semi-broke. You know what I mean? Like, we working people. If you watching this video, most likely you're an adult and you're a working adult. Like, we be broke, but we don't be broke. And I understand the whole paycheck to paycheck type thing, but that don't mean you got $0.00 in your account. I be broke. Child, that's why Mama Nancy's so cheap, because she know what brokeism is. So, and she don't like brokeism. Brokeism make her itch and all that. So, but I don't be down to $0.00. So I kind of thought, at least you got a Metro card because you be working or whatever. So long story short, I met him at the train station to walk him to the building. And I wish y'all could understand how cute I felt. I had the, can I describe it? I had the little ankle boots. It came up to the ankles, and these little tight jeans, and this cute shirt, and then my little leather jacket, and my hair is cute, and big earrings, and I felt like I was the sugar honey iced tea. Seriously. So I came and I met him, and yes, I did pass him because I did not think that's how you came dressed to come date me. I really did pass him. He was like, Nancy, and I'm like, that should have been strike number one. That should have been red flag number one. But I continued on with this buffoonery. I don't know. I guess he just came from work and did not have time to change, or maybe did not want to change because his sneakers, and Nancy is not judgmental. I'm not judgmental. I'm not superficial. I'm not, I'm not shallow. I'm not none of that. But I feel you should present yourself in a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? So you're going on a date with somebody. It's your first date. After talking for a while, I think you should put your best foot forward, your best self forward, and make an impression. I know you, but make an impression on me yet and still. Like, you know me, and I'm a very humble girl. I don't know what it seems like to y'all, but I'm that down-to-earth, really humble girl. Like, I could hang with the best of them and the worst of them at the same damn time. So I'm a jeans and sneakers. I'm a sweatpants and hoodie. I'm all of that. But I'm not going to go on a first date with no hoodie and no sweatpants. But that's what he did. So he got the beat up sneakers and the big oversized sweatpants and a big hoodie with a jacket over it. It's February. I can understand you want to bundle up. But so I walked him to the building to meet my homegirl. I don't know why I did that. Like, if I had red flags in my head, why would I bring you to meet my very opinionated friend who ain't afraid to let it go off? So I was like, yeah, homegirl, meet Craig. And she went, so this is how you come to meet my friend? And look at her, she looked nice. Do you feel like you look nice, like she looked nice? And she just went off. And I'm just like, come on, Craig. Hey, girl, I'll see you come on, Craig. Let's go. So we went, got on the train. Well, got in the train station, and he said, man, I ain't even got no money to get on the train. I don't even know how I was going to make an excuse for why I continued on, but he is that. Okay, I got the excuse. Praise Jesus. He is a very sweet person. And to me, I never look at a person to say what you got, what you don't got. It really is the person to me. But on the flip side, come on, man. Yet on the flip side, he did call you and say, I'm tapped out. And I kind of pushed it. It is what it is. So I swiped my Metro card to get him on the train. Once on the train, if you ever been to New York, there's people that walk up and down the train selling DVDs. Do they even do that anymore since we got Fire Sticks and phones with movies on it? Like, do they do that? Somebody, if you're still in New York, please let me know. Do they still? I know most likely they still sell batteries because we're always going to need those. But as for DVD, is there a DVD guy still? Child, my DVD guy was downtown Brooklyn. I think that was Nevins. And then the other one was on Nostrand and Newkirk Avenue. So let me know if they still sell DVDs, because I don't feel like there's a need to, but I don't know. So there were the walking train salespeople, and he was like, yo, give me this movie, and when I get paid, I'll give you the money. So got off in Manhattan, because that's where it all started. That's where the friendship began, and it was beautiful. It was a dark and starry night, even though you can't see the stars in New York. But in my mind, it was a dark and starry night in February. We were by the pier, which means it was cold as hell. It was colder than hell. It was freezing, and I was not dressed for the occasion, because I didn't know we were going to be outside on this date of ours. So we're walking, and my shoes be having time limits, like, you know, parking meter. But by the time I got off the train and started walking like one New York City block, it already said ding, time's up. And I hung in there. I was still, you know, just leaning on him a little bit more, and I just stopped him and I said, I can't do it, because my shoes expired like freaking 25 minutes ago. I need to sit. We were right across the street from the McDonald's in Times Square, if you ever been there. And he said, you want to go to McDonald's to sit down? And I was like, yeah. We get into McDonald's and he said, are you hungry? And I'm like, you don't got no money. Are you going to feed me? Or are you asking me, am I hungry enough to feed myself? So I said, yeah, I could eat. I could eat. And I'm a polite person. Like, I'm polite. I'm respectful and all that. So I was like, do you want something to eat? And in my mind, I'm like, he better say no. He said yes. So we're at McDonald's, and I order first because I felt like, let me set the precedence for how much we're going to spend on this meal. So I order some little something, right? And he comes behind me. He's like, let me get an Angus burger, and let me get some extra bacon on that Angus. Till this day, every time I talk to this man, if we talk, every time I be like, so extra bacon. So she's feeding you. Let's leave it alone, because I was not bound. I was not tied up. I could have walked away, but I let the man get his Angus burger. And I'm not opposed, just in case there's a man on here and he's like, so a woman can't take a man. Yes, she can. Yes, she definitely can. After he takes her first, she definitely can return the favor. But when I go on dates, like I go on dates, but I went on a date last year, and honestly, I'm a very, what is the word I mean? Like thoughtful, not thoughtful, but I guess conscious person. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. Like, I'm not trying to dig in your pockets. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not her. Again, she's not me. So I got the menu and I'm looking and I'm just like, oh. Because if I wouldn't purchase it for myself, I don't want, because I'm out with you, for you to, you know, blow a stack. Like, I'm not her. So I'm looking at the menu and I'm like, I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that. I'm not even gonna look at that. I guess he saw the concern on my face and he said, Nancy, I wouldn't take you out if I knew I did not have the funds to cover taking you out. And I played stupid. I said, what that mean? You mean order anything you want? So I'll take the lobster. No, I didn't order lobster. But I did get salmon. That salmon was good. That salmon was hitting, actually. So we got our meal and he walked over. Let me tell you how this man saved his entire life. So he walked over with our little tray to go to, you know, this little booth and sit down and eat our dinner date food stuff. So I'm like, oh my God, my feet hurt. He's like, it hurts that bad? And I said, yeah. This is how he saved his life. He took my leg, right? He took my leg and put it on his knee and proceeded to take my shoe off, right? He did a little rubation on my footsies and then took off his jacket, put it on the floor because I was wearing stockings. I was all elegant and classy that day. And put his sweater, his jacket on the floor so I could rest my feet and don't have to rest my feet on McDonald dirty floor. And I looked at him and I'm like, child, brownie points. You got some brownie points. That was a move, right? That was a move for the save. He saved his entire self. That was the worst first date ever. Not that I have much to choose from, but I know that was the worst ever, hands down. So, got back on the train, swiped for him one more time, got back to the apartment, went to go pick up my kids downstairs from my homegirl's house, and she was like, so how was it? And I'm honest, and I was not trying to, blow him up or throw shade or anything like that, because like I said, he hit me with the save, and I really thought that was very, very adorable. So I told her, I was like, yeah, he really was tapped out and da-da-da-da-da, and she was at the house. I told you before we left, we was sipping, and by the time I came back, that bottle was through. So she came out just, and I was like, okay, let us go. She was like, Nancy, if you go on another date, I'm not watching these kids, and da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, most likely there's not going to be another date. He grabbed one kid, she was knocked out. I had the other one, she was still awake, looking at me like, who that man is, mommy? So I think he had Jessica in his arms, and I opened the door. I said, just plop her right there on the couch. I had Jennifer just, Jennifer is so energetic still. So Jennifer just took off, and we just terminated the night. And honestly, no, I am not, again, any kind of opportunistic chick in that form of fashion where I feel I need to get it through a dude. I could feed myself, thankfully. Even in hard times, I eat. Amen. So, it was not about that at all. That kind of broke, even though he had a good save, but it kind of broke it for me. It is in the back of my mind. Story time number 2. The whole time I was shoveling them McDonald fries in my mouth, I was thinking about story time number 2. So tune in next time for story time number 2 as I continue to tell y'all about Craig and why Craig, even though he had that good save, we did not have a second date. Thank you so very much for watching. I truly do love telling my stories. I really, 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 really love telling my stories. I got 4 kids, and sometimes Jessica and Jennifer, Jonathan and Jamie used to, Ma, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not sleepy yet. Tell me a story. And off the top of my head, because they don't want no buck story, we done read all the books. You got to come up with a story that is captivating and interesting and this. And I just realized, hey, some of the stuff that happened in my life are captivating and interesting. And so I said, let me just start doing story time and add a little flair, add a little Nancy. My commentary sometimes be. So I'm so happy that I got a chance to do this on our platform, on our YouTube channels, and share a little bit more about me with y'all. Another thing is, y'all know that I write. When I did the video remembering my daughter that passed away, Erica Renee Desrosier, I wrote that story. What I read to y'all was what I wrote, and that was our story. That was me and my daughter's story. So all of that I love doing, and I love the fact that I get to bring that, another part of me, another part of us, into this channel. So thank you so very much for watching. Tune in next time for another video, and turn on your post notifications so you can be in the know of when I drop a video. Lately, I've been This is the most important thing. Like, I love seeing them beautiful big numbers next to that thumbs up. So hit that like button. Comment something below. I did ask y'all a couple of questions. Let's engage. Let's interact. Let's talk. All right. Share. Share it. Share it with Craig. Craig, this is how I feel about our date. It was trash. But you saved yourself with that foot rub. Thank you. I could use one right now if you in town. Subscribe. And I will see you on the flip side. Peace.